Nerds Talking, the podcast.
Yo, we talk about lightsabers, stunning your TV screens, what you want to stream, everything beyond your dreams. Want to talk about movies, sports, or even politics? Go ahead and tune into us. We'll give you all of it. Whatever you're debating, Xbox or PlayStation, Marvel or DC, Mac or PC. Teraflops when the movie drops, gigabytes, chips, RAM, no matter what it is, we got all of it. Welcome to the show.
Nerds Talking, the podcast.
Welcome to Nerds Talking, the podcast. I'm here with Laura, Carlos, and I'm Lafayette. It's another episode because you know what? It happens to be Friday. That's right. How's everybody's week going before we start? Laura, how's everything going?
Fucking crabby as shit right now.
Oh, what seems to be the problem?
Threw out my fucking back. Fucking hurts. I don't even know what I did. Something probably when I was playing with Charlotte this morning, and I've been hobbling around like an old woman all day and then trying to get this fucking thing set up. And if this goddamn thing cuts out due to network issues, I'm going to lose my fucking mind.
Oh, wait, are you plugged in?
Oh, I'm plugged in.
Oh,
There's a giant cord running through my basement back here. So I should not have any connectivity issues.
Well, you know the old saying, kids will be the death of you. So,
Ain't that the truth?
Yep.
Being
Bad or
so
bad
nice
internet
to
connection.
her, that too. That also could be the death of you. But yeah, I'm just crabby. But I shouldn't be because I have exciting news on the illicit drug front.
Oh, yes, the
Oh.
cartel drugs. Yes,
The cartel drugs just kicked in, I think, officially today. I, made my normal breakfast, sat down at my computer to eat it. I ate half of it and I just looked at it and I was like, I don't want that anymore.
You just gave up. What was it, though, you were eating?
Hard-boiled eggs is what I have every morning. And then at lunch, I had my same lunch and regular portions. I got halfway through it and I'm like, I don't want the rest of this.
Just gave up on it.
And then I didn't eat a snack and I ate what was left of my lunch for dinner. And that's it. And I'm like,
Look
is this
at that.
it?
Look at that.
Either I'm getting
Oh.
the stomach flu or it's working. Because that's the
What?
only other time where I'm like, no, I don't want to finish this.
I just like the fact that you're like, oh, I hope this is the moment. Oh, come on.
I
This,
hope
be
so.
This
It's either
is it.
that or I'm going to shit my pants tonight and because I've got
Which
a
is-
stomach flu. One of the two.
Well, could be one and the same.
Yeah, that's,
Could be one and the
optimism.
same.
You're right. It could
Yeah.
be. Could be both.
Could be like, when I was, I don't know, like 15, 16, anything I ate, literally, I had to run to the bathroom afterwards. Just like super
was wrong?
metabolism.
Oh,
I just super duper, like no matter what. Like if one came in, one had to exit immediately.
no space.
No space here. There's no vacancy. You leave now. So, but yeah, sounds like you're optimistic and you're on the right path after you
Yeah.
stopped halfway and said, "Oh, this is it. This is it."
Yeah, I'm excited. So next week I do the same dose, and then the week after that they step you up. Like so that's how it works. Like you keep going up
Ah.
until like max dose.
Oh, how do you know? Like you get a message from the cartel.
Yeah, they're like, okay, it's been 4
Ah.
weeks. We're gonna
It has
step
been
you
4
up.
weeks, young Laura.
Are you
Now can
good
do
with
more
that?
drugs.
And then
Yes.
you say yes or no, and then they
You
ship
say
you
yes
the
or no?
next. Well, they say either do you want to keep on the same dose
Yeah,
or you don't want to
yeah.
keep going up.
Double it up. Crank that sucker up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crank that shit up, man.
I just
This
like
is
the
day
idea.
one.
I just like the idea that when something kicks in, like say you're doing whatever. Let's say the first time you're having sex, you're 1 minute in, you stop. I'm having the sex. I'm gonna call my friends. Yo, guys,
It's happening. It's
it's happening. Like what? I'm getting it on right now. Like right. Well, not now because I stopped to call you, but I was. It was amazing. And then she's in the shower. You're like, oh, well, I still had the sex for at least a minute, so that counts. So there you go. That's pretty good. Pretty good. Okay. So there you go. So Laura's internet is working, and so is her drug cartel diet. So
Yeah.
there we go.
And for
How
those
about
of
you?
those of you who might not have listened to previous episodes know what we're talking about the GLP-1s, the Ozempic, Zepbound, Wegovy injectable weight loss drugs.
Correct.
Does this
the
have a
one
name?
that's-
Does
yeah.
yours have a name, or it just comes with a blue stripe around it?
It basically the equivalent of a blue stripe around it, but it's called trizepatide. That is the generic trizepatide, the generic version.
That sounds like the one triceratops that was like, it's a little slow. Oh man, trizepatide over there. Leave him alone, man. It's just kicking in now.
He'll get there in the end, though. You
He'll
just
get
watch
there
out.
in the end. He's like the only one that survived like the extinction level. The good old
Yeah.
what is it?
Trizepatide. I don't know. I might be saying it wrong, but
Trizepatide.
that's how I've internalized it in any case.
What?
They have
That's the
commercials for
generic
that stuff now.
Zepbound. Yeah, they
Wait, they have
do.
commercials
I
for
saw a commercial.
trizepatide?
No, I saw one for Minjaro by
Minjaro.
Oh,
Lily.
that I've seen. That I've
Yep.
seen.
Yeah, where it
Yep.
just shows obese people. It goes obese is, I
Which
don't know.
is, it's really fucked up though that they're just rolling out TV commercials because
Oh, I thought you say rolling out obese people.
no, no, roll us out all day. We're here for it. Because we can't walk, so just roll us on out there.
Yeah, it's like
No,
Wall-E,
they can't keep up with the demand. Like it is in massive short supply, and all kinds of people who were taking it previously now have to go the Mexican drug cartel route, the compound pharmacy route, because they cannot get their prescription filled.
So Jillian Michael, you guys know who that is, of course, right?
Oh,
She's like the celebrity
fuck
trainer.
That
So then, okay.
I saw a
She's-
clip of it
What
somewhere.
about it?
Okay, you did. She went on
What
Bill
happened?
Maher and just ripped Ozempic and said, "You lazy turds, essentially. You lazy ass people that are gonna die from Ozempic." Kind of like what Joy Valentine said. 10 years from now, you're gonna die from it because you have no idea what you're actually taking. You're just happy with the results. And
As opposed to the woman who was on national television and only became semi-relevant because of her show where she fed a bunch of obese people
Biggest Loser.
amphetamines and made them work out until they pass out. Yeah.
Yep,
You're really on the train to like ethical and like regular, slow and steady weight loss. Shut the fuck up, bitch. And also
Was
get
she
that
on-
shit out of your face. If
Was
she
she
can
on
sit there and talk about
Biggest
fillers
Loser?
and
yeah, she's one of the original Biggest
Yeah.
Loser trainers. Yeah.
she's talking about,
Mm.
oh, you can't take the lazy way out, you can't do enhancements and da, 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 da. I'm sorry, what's that in your face?
That is not a
It's
good
not your
looking
face.
woman.
No, she's not good
She's
looking
never
at
been.
all.
No, and I mean
No,
that's fine.
no.
We're not.
No, it's
all
not
supposed to
fine. We
be-
judge. We judge. I'm a man.
That's fine. We don't all have to be good looking, but I do want people. If you're not, at least if you're not going to be good looking, at least be a decent person.
There's
Speak
that
for
part in the
yourself. I'm
Bible.
decent and good looking,
There's a part in the Bible
You're the
that Jesus...
you're the full package.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Jesus
and I got good
says,
hair.
There you
Only
go.
I shall judge, but men, you
threat.
know what? Men can judge too. And then Jesus said it, so I,
Just-
that's
I'm
and
gonna
judge
fucking kill this
even
cat. Get the
don't
fuck
kill a
away from me,
cat. Don't kill cats. That's not.
Taking his claws to my chair.
Oh shit, ball. He's trying to fix your back.
Mm.
But yeah. So there you go. So there.
Give you a
How
free
about
massage?
yeah? And then how about Carlos? What have you been up to, if anything?
I think I inadvertently told somebody to fuck off.
Oh,
do tell.
how did this go down? And was it a
Well,
midget?
it was at a grocery store. It wasn't a midget.
Not a midget. No.
And I saw the first spot was open, right? And in the parking lot, they do like the diagonal slots where you go up one way, you park that way, and the other side
Yeah,
diagonals the
yeah.
other way. So you park on that side if you're coming down.
Yep.
Well, I was gonna go pull into the first spot, and I see a car with blinker on. I thought he's gonna take. I'm like, oh, this son of a bitch. He's gonna do that. Turn from the other side, do like a
the U-turn
quarter.
park. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, man. All right, that's fine. He can have it. I thought he was blinking for that thing because he was there before me, or maybe he wasn't. I don't know. But as I'm driving past the spot, and I go up and I go slow in front of him, and I give him the old thumb back, kind of like, hey, your spot's open over there. I pull into a spot, which actually was a spot that he was going to take. He didn't want that first spot. He wanted the other one that I pulled into. So basically, I pulled into his spot. I gave him a thumb back, like, fuck out of here. I'm sure that's what he thought because he was going the opposite direction.
That is what that
so
is.
it took a
yeah.
spot. Luckily, he was with his mama because he's a rather large Latino fella. So I think his mama saved my life. Like, yeah, fuck out of here.
Large, like he could use trizepatide or
No, large like
triceratops.
gangster looking. His car was all tricked out and
Oh, got it. With his mama.
with his mama
Got it.
to go grocery shopping.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that is what that is, though. Yeah,
It's
that is kind
it's a
of
misunderstanding. It happens to all of us.
Yeah, but
yes.
he shouldn't be
Well,
doing what he's doing. Trying to make a little U-turn parking bullshit. Don't do that.
somebody
Especially
did
when
that to
there's
me.
another car coming up in the direction it's supposed to be coming up.
Yeah, someone did that to me the other day, and I was just kind of like, well, it happens. Whatever. What am I gonna do? What are you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do about it? So, but yeah, I'm currently in Texas because I like doing road shows, and I have to admit, Texas has the best barbecue in the world. I know people in Kansas City are gonna tell me, come to Kansas City and try our barbecue, but I tell you what, Texas,
It's all
man.
good. It's all smoked meat. It's all
Well,
delicious.
but here's the thing, I have barbecue in California, and it's for some
that's
reason.
California barbecue.
But that's just it.
Throw
What's
that
the difference?
Because you're
Their
not in the
smoke-
Midwest.
Do their smokers not work properly? Because out here they're perfect. I don't
Years
get
of
it.
experience.
Probably barbecued by a
Oh.
bunch of atheists in California. That's why. You
Doesn't
know, a
have the
Christian man in a
Jesus in
cowboy
it.
hat making
There
that
aren't
shit
no
in Texas.
like Baptists. Yeah, you're right. That's right.
Yeah.
No Jesus in California.
That's right.
Barbecue.
True.
No good.
Jesus don't
Yeah, I
exist in
mean-
California.
No. The thing is, there's I talked about this. There's mega churches everywhere here, and I'm pretty sure they have a smoker in the back. So
Oh, probably at the
yeah.
altar. It's how they make the Eucharist. They just smoke it.
They just smoke it. Yeah,
Yeah, put some barbecue
There are
sauce on
no
it.
Eucharist mega churches. Churches.
You know what? You're right, though. You are
Eucharist
correct.
is Catholic, and Catholic doesn't
Eucharist
do mega
is
churches.
only Catholic. You're right. No, you're correct. There is no Eucharist in any church except for Catholic Church. Yeah,
There's
yeah.
communion, but it's not the Eucharist.
it's not the same.
What's the difference?
Because were you guys
Uh-oh.
raised Catholic?
Yeah.
Yes.
And you don't know the difference?
No, you have to explain
Okay,
it.
clearly it
'cause-
didn't sink in. Sink
Uh-huh.
in.
No, what?
Catholics are the only
Happened?
ones who believe in
Transgenders?
It's called
transtantiation.
station. Yes, transstation or whatever. Yeah.
And
Yep.
which is it's not symbolic. Oh no.
No,
That
it's
when,
true.
When the priest does his
Mm-hmm.
special prairie thingy, it actually becomes the blood and body.
Becomes
of
the
Christ.
blood and body of Christ.
Even
You
though
are
it
eating
looks,
it.
tastes,
Like a wafer.
feels like a wafer and some wine. It's not.
Okay, but
It
what's the
is
difference
in-
between Eucharist and communion?
Communion is representative.
It's just
They don't believe. People don't believe that it has been transubstantiated into actual blood and body of Christ.
Yeah, so to them it's more symbolic.
Yes.
So communion is
Which is the
symbolic.
But even
more
when I went to
sane
Catholic
version.
Church, the English version, they said the Holy Communion. They
Yeah.
never said Eucharist. So,
No, the sacrament is communion. The item is the Eucharist.
Correct. Correct. Eat your wafer. Eat
Oh,
your.
man.
Nico wafers.
It's crazy
Nico
'cause I-
wafers?
I
'Cause
can't
when I
believe I
go-
dragged all that out of the back recesses of my brain.
I know, but it's also weird because then when I go to church, I feel like a cannibal.
Yeah.
So it's kind of I guess.
Did you
I'm
guys ever
eating-
used to do the thing? Did you pop it in the roof of your mouth and then sit there through the rest of church and like?
No, I usually just crack it in half in my mouth. Just like that.
I crack it in fours.
Yeah, crack it in four. And you know what? It's
Oh.
also against the church to try to sneak any piece out of the church.
It
You're not
is.
allowed to take any
You're not
piece
allowed
out of
to
the
take it.
church.
Mm-mm.
What
It's a
happens?
sin.
It's the
You
blood
like
and
catch
body of Christ.
fire
It's
if
got
you
to
go
stay
to
here.
past the threshold? You catch fire?
You have-
It's a sin.
Yeah, it's a sin because you have to eat Christ's body in the building,
That is
not outside the
dumb.
building.
So here's what I'm going to do. Next time, I haven't been to church in a long
I
time.
was going to say next time. Well,
Next-
you let me know.
In the next 5 years, when somebody gets
Here's
married.
what's going to happen. I'm going to put my
Right?
hand out instead of letting the priest put it in my mouth. Put my hand out. I'm going to palm this thing, act like I ate
Nobody
it.
does. Do you guys really do the mouth thing? Nobody does that in the Midwest, at least in ours. Like nobody. Only
well,
the
you can
old
do
people
either
do that.
one.
Ah,
No,
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
only
the
old
mouth thing.
people
No,
do
you
that.
No, you take it in your hand.
Yeah, in your hand, but
Yeah,
you
yeah, but
can
I'm
do it
saying-
the other
Let me
way.
finish my
He said
thought.
he said he'll
Please,
fake
Okay,
palm, he'll
okay,
fake
okay.
palm it
Please,
like he's eating
please.
it.
Please.
I'm gonna.
This is-
Yeah.
I'm committing. I'm
Meh.
confessing to a sin right now.
Uh-huh.
So I'm gonna
Sin that
palm
you
this
haven't
thing,
done
act
yet.
like I ate it,
Future.
and I'm gonna
Yeah,
take it
future
with
sin.
me outside the church. Then I may eat
Wait,
it in the streets, or maybe I'll give it to a homeless man. And bless him.
Oh,
Hey, man.
bless him. Yeah, convert him.
Oh.
You need blessings anyway.
Not even that.
Then I'll come back the following
Uh-huh.
day when they have like confession.
Uh-huh.
Then I'll be like, that'll be like my only confession. Father, I took the thing out of the
Took
church.
a Eucharist and gave it to a homeless man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take it with me and then go order tomato soup and then crack it in the tomato soup, like you do, like then eat it like that.
Ten
sounds like a
our
cracker.
fathers.
Yeah, I'm
Ten
just
our
curious what
fathers.
my penance will be.
And an
like,
act of contrition.
Put some butter on that sucker and then eat it.
You'll have to
You
join.
know what? But what if I brought like butter with me, like inside my jacket or whatever, and I take it out and kind of spread a
And
little
put
bit
it
in the
on there,
church,
sprinkled on it.
and then just
With some
while
salt,
they're
you gotta
watching
do the
me.
little
jelly.
salt.
Oh, jelly would be good because
Little
it doesn't have any
jelly.
flavor at all. So
Oh.
anything really works.
You can do
yeah.
grape jelly though. Grape jelly you can like wine. Grape
You
jelly.
do it your
Or
own
what if I
way.
go to McDonald's and get the Szechuan sauce, just dip it? Boom. There we go. Oh, or everybody loves the Chick-fil-A sauce. Dip that. Yeah.
Mm.
There you go.
You know,
That's
I got-
Polynesian,
that's
right?
actually not a bad idea. You know, like they have those peanut machines. You know, you put the quarter peanut.
Oh,
You should
yeah,
have that
yeah.
like in the church, like when you walk in, you can put a quarter in, grab a Eucharist, and just pop it in, go into the church. Yeah, how much
Well,
money
you
they
wouldn't
make?
even have to go to church then. That's the
I know,
whole thing.
just go in the door.
They
Yeah.
save that to the very end in Catholic Mass
They
because they
do.
need you
No,
to
they
sit
do.
through the whole thing before you can
Yeah.
get saved or whatever.
I'm
But
not
And they
hungry,
even-
man, do it.
and
at
they
the
even-
end.
yada.
And they even tell you, because that's at the end. There's only like 5 minutes left after that.
Yep.
But you don't leave. Do not dare leave. We have to tell you
We
what's
have these
happening during the week.
announcements.
Yeah, the
we have-
announcements. Yeah. Joseph
Yeah,
Smith
we're all digging
funeral
back.
is
Joseph
Yeah.
Smith. That's
What's
the founder of the
that's
Mormons.
I know. He died. I'm not lying. He did that.
Long time ago. Long
Yeah,
time
he
ago.
died. Him and his crazy antics. But yeah, a great week for all of us, huh? Led from drug cartels to church. Take you to church here on Nerds Talking. Wow. Oh, okay. Well, we'll get into what's opening in movies this week. If you guys are interested, there's a movie called Challengers, starring Zendaya, and it's about two tennis players that she
Oh,
hooks up with.
I saw the
Yeah.
trailer. Yeah.
Yeah. If you
So
see
it's
the
a-
trailer,
Lesbian tennis orgy?
no,
what
they're
it's
two
about?
dudes. Two dudes.
Oh.
She's a dude. Oh no, it's right. It's a threesome. She does. It's a little.
It's a
love triangle.
threesome. It's
Yeah,
a
yeah,
love
yeah.
triangle. Yes. And
Yeah,
what
they
it is,
bounce her
be-
back and forth.
Yeah. They volley her. Yeah. And what I guess the main premise is that they become so kind of jealous of each other because they're all in on it, but then it become more affectionate, oh, she loves me, no, and then it becomes a challenge on the court, and they're like top pros, and then they're playing their ass off, but they don't know that they're playing their ass off because they're trying to one up each other because they want to have her to herself.
Sounds
The
dumb.
challengers.
Hard
Now
pass.
that you now that you put it that way, it does sound stupid.
Not gonna lie, I just made all that up, but it sounds awesome.
Oh, I was gonna say they just Chinese finger trap her every once in a while and call it a day.
That's it. Not even that. I mean, it has like a super high rating on Rotten Tomatoes. So they're saying it's pretty
doesn't
You think
shit.
Zendaya wears her C-3PO costume?
Uh-huh.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. Next this week, there's only two movies. It's that one and the one that I definitely want to see called Boy Kills World, starring Bill Skarsgård and Femke Janssen. And it is a ridiculous, over-the-top, like Looney Tunes version of John Wick. And the thing is, he doesn't talk in the movie. You only hear his thoughts, and all his thoughts are voiced by the guy that does Bob and Bob's Burger.
What
So-
the fuck?
And it looks
Sold.
amazing. Like the action looks
Sold.
like I gotta see this movie. It looks so zany, over the top, and it's
Well,
hilarious.
Femke
as a-
Jensen's in it, so it's sold.
Well, not even that. At one point, she says, "You know how hard it is to get a cereal company to sponsor a serial killer," and I did it. And I was like, "What? I gotta see this movie." Like, what? This is too much, but I gotta see it. So those are your two movies, Challengers, and you got yourself an high impact action movie called Boy Kills World. So if you want to see those, there you go. There you go. So and then what else? Oh, and the streaming. What's that movie? Monkey Man? What is it called?
Monkey
Yeah,
Man.
Monkey Man. My husband.
Monkey Man.
downloaded
Dev
it.
Patel.
Available for streaming today, and also a John Wick type of deal. But what's cool about it's kind of like what's that movie that Bruce Lee did? I was going to say Jim Lee, but he draws comics.
Game of Death.
Bruce Lee, Game of Death, very similar to Game of Death, where he fights through different levels and it gets harder and harder as he goes through the levels to get to his goal. So
Let's watch
but
that for next week.
You got it. We'll be talking Monkey Man next week.
Dev
So-
Patel.
Watch along, guys.
Dave Patel. So there's that. So
Dev.
that seems pretty cool.
Dev.
What did I call him? Dave?
You called him Dave.
Dave Attell? Oh, if Dave Attell was starring in that movie.
Oh man. If you haven't seen the David Tell Netflix special, you're missing out.
Oh,
That is
it's so
funny,
funny.
And I was
Oh.
like, I still don't enjoy your brand of comedy.
Really?
I
You
have
don't
it-
like-
so
I
good.
You
have
don't
it
like his
20
comedy?
years ago,
Oh,
and I don't
good.
now.
Really?
No.
You know
Too
what I
many
like about
child
You know what? You
molesting
stick to your
jokes.
Cat Williams then. Okay, you just
Well,
stick to
he-
Cat Williams.
Okay, now he does say some pretty like outrageous stuff. That's for sure. You're not wrong about that. But
Yeah.
what's funny about him is it's like it's just real quick, boom, 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 like one after the other.
Like
every,
nonstop. Like, yeah. Just
every like 2 minutes. Here's and then he'll call out bad jokes. That one sucked. Like I don't know. I think he's funny, but then again, I've seen him live, and it was probably one of the funniest things I've ever seen. So
yeah.
well. Anyway, it's on Netflix. Dave Attell. Check that out.
And it's only 45 minutes. Perfect amount of time.
Too.
Perfect.
Yeah, I don't need a long comedy special. Just give me a
No.
nice short comedy special. Yeah. Jerry Seinfeld, we talked about last week at a show coming out. He actually had a movie coming out about the Pop-Tarts. It's called Unfrosted, right? Yeah. He actually came out, had a controversial take, I guess you could say. He said that movie theater experiences is dead now. They're completely dead. He said there's no point of doing that. He said everything should go streaming. And he said it makes more sense financially because people will flock to a streaming network to watch, and more subscribers will come, blah, 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 blah. What do you guys feel about that? Anything?
I think he's right. I think the last time I've been to a movie, or anytime I've gone to a movie, it's not even half full. It's not even quarter full. So,
I hear
but
you on
even the
that,
movie
yeah.
going experience, I mean, what's the best experience you've had at a movie? I mean, I've done the drive-in. I've done the kind where you eat at your seat. They bring food to you.
Oh yes,
I've
the
done
dinner
one
movie.
where I think it's called 40X, where the seat moves, and if it rains, it like rains on you. There's actual water.
I've never done that.
Then I've done one where like they'll use all three walls of the theater, the front and the sides. But unfortunately, that's not like throughout the whole movie. It's only in certain sequences. I'm like, man, just show it through the whole movie.
Yeah.
And I just, regular with the reclining seats and all that.
Acting.
So which is your favorite? I mean, to me, I thought the one where the seats moved was a little annoying. It moved a little too much. And I didn't go to the restroom because I felt like if I got out of my seat and I tried to get back in during an action scene, I'm going to have to dive into this thing in hopes that I land on it. I'm like riding a mechanical bull, Like knocked into the aisle. Hey man, wait for the calm scene before you get back in your seat.
I don't know. Because I typically just go to the reclining seat movies.
Same.
So I can't like sit there and go, oh, this one's better than this one. But if I'm gonna say movie experience to home experience, home's always gonna be better no matter what. Always.
Some movies you just need to see on the big screen. That big screen,
No,
that
true,
surround
true.
sound. Like
Yeah.
last one I saw Godzilla -1.
Yes.
You got to see that in the theater. You can't see that at home.
Well, that's not good. I watched it on my phone. Huh.
And then, like, I want to see Godzilla and King Kong, but I'm sure by the time I see it, it's gonna be out of the theater. I should have seen it in the theater, but
That's
but
good.
then, but obviously, the next movie that's gonna fill seats, I guarantee it will fill seats.
Which one?
Deadpool Wolverine.
You think that's the next one?
Oh yeah, you have to wait till July for these theaters to get full again, and it'll only be for that 1 week, 2 weeks, maybe.
I don't know. Do you think that's the next movie that's gonna fill the seats?
Give me one that'll do better.
Before Deadpool Wolverine?
Yes.
Possibly Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes? Possibly.
No.
How about Inside Out Part 2?
No.
Okay. How about Furioso, a Mad Max saga?
No.
No.
Okay. Despicable Me 4?
No.
No.
Wow, I'm striking out here. You guys are pretty like, yeah, all your movies aren't good. Okay. I didn't make them. Fuck. The Garfield movie.
No.
Yep, that'll do it. Absolutely.
Okay. So far, so we got one. All right. Bad Boys, Ride or Die.
No, people are gonna have to get paid money to go see that.
Okay. Wow. This is not a good list of movies then. How about The Watchers, maybe?
The what?
No? The Watchers?
What's
So it's a
that?
horror flick? The
No,
Watchers?
horror
No?
movies don't put people in seats anymore.
Oh, okay. Wow, interesting. Interesting take. Okay. You know what? Other than that, those are kind of the big movies that are coming out before that. So you tell me none of those movies even sparked your interest.
No, they spark my interest, but it's not gonna fill the seats. That's what I'm saying.
What's the last movie you said you saw that filled the seats?
Oh man.
Uh-huh. Anything?
Ghostbusters
Anything?
that I went to was, I
Pretty
mean, I'm not going
full?
to say full, but decently full.
Okay.
I haven't been in a decently full film in a long time.
Yeah,
Maybe
same here.
Guardians 3, maybe, but I don't remember.
Oh, actually, you know
Maybe.
what? Good call. Yeah, I think that one definitely filled the seats. Yep. Avatar 2, when I saw it, filled the seats. It's weird, that movie, because it made a lot of money, but it was very quiet. Nobody talked about it like the first one.
Nobody gives a shit.
Well, somebody did because it made a lot of money. So
Not as much as the first one.
And everyone in
Well,
China is talking about it.
it was never ever going to match the first one in the sense of revenue. But you're right. It made a ton of money in China because I'm saying the effects of that movie are ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. But hey, whatever. So it sounds like Deadpool is the winner. Okay. Well, I'm not going to disagree. I mean, I want to see that movie, Deadpool Wolverine. So we're going to talk about it as we all watch the preview. So you guys want to talk about it now, or do you want to talk about it after the break?
After break.
In that case, let's take a break here. Nerds Talking the Podcast. We'll be right back after this.
Hello, Tom here from the DPA, letting you know that we've started a criminal investigation division. That's right, the DPA is here for you. You wonder how? Well, have you ever been assaulted, robbed at gunpoint, murdered, raped, scammed for every dollar you have? The DPA is here to help. Did you happen to get a dick pic of this criminal? Well, we're here to help. At the DPA, the dickpicanalysis.com group, we can find out who this criminal was, their age, their sex, their race, their religion, where they're located at this moment, and how you can lock them up. That's right, upload the criminal's dick pic and we'll know where he's at with an 8% accuracy. That's right, 8% accuracy to catch this criminal. You've heard of DNA analysis and going back 30 plus years to convict someone. Well, this is all new technology. The DPA dickpicanalysis.com group now catches criminals. Just upload your dick pic, not your own. You don't want to be guilty, but the criminals, and we'll do the rest of the work. The DPA, here for you anytime.
The DPA is not responsible for wrong convictions. We've only used this analysis on our own junks, and 3 out of 5 of us are now on parole. So clearly it works. Just not sure which way. If you've taken a picture of a criminal's junk, we are impressed. Also, 2 of us think OJ is innocent. The DPA, dickpicanalysis.com. Not a real website. Nerds Talking Podcast. Now back to the show.
Welcome back to Nerds Talking the Podcast. We're with Laura, Carlos, and I'm Rocket. Remember to rate, subscribe, review, turn on notifications, tell your friends every single Friday a new episode of Nerds Talking the Podcast. Also on YouTube, Nerds Talking Podcast, which is picking up steam. So get on the bus now before the bus leaves town.
A train uses steam.
So does your face. Boom. 3rd grade diss. So
I got
before we
moted.
move on-
I got moted.
Got moted, son. Anyway, before we move on to our review of a preview of a movie trailer, I was going to say that Carlos has fan mail, supposedly.
Oh yeah. Where's my
And
yeah.
now, before we, I guess my question is, where did you get this? Is it email? Is it YouTube? Where's this coming from? Where
I got a message, I got an email, and on your phone, your email app, you'll get the little badge, a little notification,
Yes.
Well, never in my existence of the show has this
Okay.
email app gotten a badge, a notification.
Oh,
So when this
wow.
thing went bing, and I had one. It's like the red circle, the one in the middle. I looked at it like I just won the lotto, and I didn't
Is
open
it a
it. I was afraid
Russian
of.
spam?
Well, I wasn't. I was afraid to open it. I looked at it for like a week before I finally opened it.
Oh wow, disappointment was setting in.
Well, yeah, I was afraid it was gonna be like, hey, I'm an Arabian prince and I have your
Yeah.
money.
Hello, my friend. I am going to let you know that I've kidnapped your dog. You want it back? Send me 12 rubles. Okay.
Let me see.
What does this email say? What is the subject line of said email? All right, go
Our
for it.
greatest podcast
What's
available.
oh, that's the subject line?
Hmm.
I don't remember writing that. But go ahead, read the rest.
I wanted you guys to know that you have all done a great job in making your podcast entertaining, and the sound quality is awesome. I really enjoy your podcast, and I have gone to the movies just to watch the movies that you reviewed. I am probably in the movies at least once a month. I have movie theater membership. That's how
Oh,
much I
Johnny's
go
writing
to the
us.
movies.
Okay, got it. Got it.
And then it just goes on to say, my son enjoys your podcast. He's 16 now.
And what's this person's name? Oh my
The
goodness.
person's name is Mary Fish Protector 74.
Mary Fish Protector 74.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for listening to the show, and tell your son thank you also. And
Happy
my
birthday.
movie,
If he's
happy,
just recently turned 16.
that's right, happy birthday. And my movie going experience of late, I saw King Kong Godzilla. It's fantastic. Go see it. It's the new Empire.
I saw Ministry of Ungentlemanly
That's
Warfare.
right, you did. Oh, you got to tell us all about it after
I
we
heard
talk
mixed
Deadpool,
reviews
Wolverine.
on it. Some say good, some say not so good.
That's what mixed reviews are. Hey, pretty good. Pretty good.
See, I'm right in the middle.
Of watching
You're
it?
in the
Yeah. Like middle is in like,
So you're one of the
wasn't great,
mixed ones.
Wasn't terrible. Yeah.
So a 2.5.
Yeah. Solid 2.5.
Yeah, okay. Well, you'll have to give us the plus and minuses. But let's jump into our Deadpool and Wolverine review of the trailer. Movie coming out July 26th, if I'm not mistaken. So the director said this is not Deadpool 3. This is Deadpool Wolverine. It's a buddy movie. So, and it has a lot of characters in it. A lot. It has Chris Evans. It has Thor's in it.
Yeah.
Iron Man's in it. Here's the thing, though. They didn't film any parts for it. They're just using scenes from other movies for those characters. So
Doctor
there's
Strange in it?
I don't know. I
Doctor
think
Strange
he
or
is.
Wong?
No, but I think Wong's actually going to play an actual part, but Doctor Strange is another like scene from another, just a scene from a movie type of thing. So a lot of the Marvel MCU people are just scenes from the movies.
Oh, well, that's a cop out. I
well,
want new
because-
Chris Evans, preferably
but
with his Avengers 2. No, Avengers 3 hair.
Okay, so a particular hair. I got it.
Yes.
Particular hair.
The long hair.
Well, I know the people that are actually in it that filmed actual roles are Ben Affleck and his ex-wife, or Jennifer Garner.
Oh, Daredevil and Elektra.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, you're gonna get all the Fox superheroes actually reprising their roles. So all the movies that Fox made.
Jensen gonna be bad?
I'm pretty sure she probably will be in there. Yeah,
Who?
pretty sure. Femke Jensen. Femke.
Oh,
Remember Jean Grey? Jean Grey. Anybody? Jean Grey.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, let's talk about it. Let's jump right into the movie preview that dropped. It's Deadpool Wolverine. And go ahead and start the show, Laura, since you're fresh off the preview.
Yeah, looks fun. Looks great. I mean, I am a little bit hesitant. Hugh Jackman, they do this whole thing. He's like, it's the last time I'm playing Wolverine with Logan, and there was like a whole like, we're gonna miss you so much. And then of course he comes back because nobody can resist that Marvel money. I don't blame him. I think it looks great. I mean, Deadpool's funny. It makes me laugh. The action sequence looked really good, as always. And you kind of don't have to worry about the lore in the sense, or like what's the word I'm looking for? Continuity.
Yeah.
canon and continuity. Yeah, because
yeah.
Deadpool kind of exists outside of all of that, which is fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
No big surprises. Just I enjoyed the music. I enjoyed the energy, and I'm ready for it. And when does that come out? May or June?
July 26th.
July. Ah, so long away.
You know, what I liked about it is that I got nothing out of it. It looks so much fun and entertaining. I got nothing. Like they're not giving anything away.
No plot points. Yeah, I
Yeah,
also appreciated
zero.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's
Hopefully
definitely
they keep that up as we get closer and closer.
Yeah, and it looks like because I don't know if you noticed the scene that has Ant-Man's helmet, right? It's really big and it opens up.
skull inside it,
Dead
yeah.
giant man.
Yeah. Wonder how that works because all the other characters are outside of that. Like if you just pause it and zoom in, there's a bunch of former Fox movie characters standing outside.
Mephisto's there, Lady Deathstrike, Toad.
Yeah, exactly.
Pyro.
Yep, Pyro. So I wonder if that's kind of like how he gets to the MCU.
I think that's what's her name? Is it Nora? Xavier's
Nora.
twin sister?
Mora.
Mora.
So I think that's her headquarters.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and it's all very interesting. Man, it looks so much fun. And the end is hilarious. And they're talking about Kevin Feige and the drugs and all that. Yeah, he can't even say it. Don't talk about it. Don't do it.
Yeah, can't even use. They even have a whole list of
but they can't
nicknames
say.
for cocaine.
Who's
that
Kevin
you can't
Feige?
say.
He's the guy in charge of MCU.
Producer in charge of MCU.
Yeah. So I think it's just fun that
on the outside.
Well, it's fun, like you said, Laura, how they can make fun of the MCU at the same time, and they can talk crap about it, and point out all the dumb shit, like they did in Deadpool 2. They pointed dumb shit out in DC, So it looks like a lot of fun. Carlos, what's your take on the preview for Deadpool and Wolverine?
Oh no, I can't wait for this. This thing in just 24 hours has received 365 million views. So
It's crazy.
This is why I say this was the next movie that's gonna put people in seats.
Yeah. But now I want you to go look at the new Planet of Apes number of previews. I think they're up to like 600 million.
No, you're a liar. So shut your mouth.
I don't. First of all, never lie. Ask the listeners. Tell the lady Marshall 368, whatever, that I don't lie in the show, and I'm a truth teller and a truth seeker. But yeah, you're right. This movie's going to absolutely destroy the box office. But see, Jerry Seinfeld is.
Huh?
No, what's up? I was going to say Jerry Seinfeld is right though. Like there's that one out of every 10, 15 movies that explodes. It's not like it was 5 years ago where there was like 7 big hits.
Think of what movie theaters are doing now to try to get to not sell tickets, but to make money. Now they've added alcohol to almost every movie theater, and the food, and just whatever the different types of experiences they can try to sell you to up the ticket prices. I mean, they got to do what because they're a dying breed. They're a dinosaur.
I don't know. Does that make people want to go to the movies? I don't think so. I think the movie.
I'm not saying it's making them want to go. I'm saying it's another expense that they're trying to get people to buy into to make more money, not to drive people there.
Well, true. Yes, of course. Yeah.
I will say though, when I was at the movies this weekend, I was at AMC, and they have the little bar there across from the concession stand. And for the first time, I really noticed or internalized the name of the bar, which is MacGuffins. And I'm like, oh, that's clever.
Yeah, what is that? That's from what is that from?
It's a plot device. The MacGuffin is
that's
a plot
right.
device.
The MacGuffin. You're right. That's
like
what it is.
The thing that we all chase. That's
yeah. That's right. The MacGuffin.
Yeah,
that's right. I think that's even brought up in a Deadpool movie.
I think what makes the trailer great is basically it's just an F-bomb fest. You're just watching so many F-bombs that can drop. And, and with them fighting each other, obviously Deadpool doesn't know Wolverine can't die. So they're just fighting each other. And I mean, it had enough action, enough violence in it for me to go, I'm already waiting in line. As a matter of fact, I'm doing this from my tent outside the ticket office at the movie theater.
I mean, if people know comic books, they know Wolverine is top 3 most popular character in Marvel. Like he's just He's up there with Spider-Man and Deadpool. It's Spider-Man, Deadpool, Wolverine. Those the top 3 of Marvel for sure. You have Wolverine in an actual costume. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, the yellow and the blue. Which
Yeah.
They
I'm really
made it
hoping he
look
puts
so
on his
cool.
mask at least once.
But he does
Yeah.
have the
The
mask
mask.
in the back. If you notice, it is hanging
No,
off.
I
Right, it's
didn't-
like it
I
was
didn't
pulled
notice
off.
that.
Like, yeah.
No, I didn't
Yeah.
notice that.
Yeah. I
That's
bet
awesome
you.
though, because I
bet
didn't think
you-
that they would be able to make it look cool, and they did.
Oh, you're right, 100%. And I bet you when he wears the mask once, that's it, just one thing.
And then Deadpool probably makes fun of him, and then he takes it off.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, or they probably say some bullshit like, "What are you, Batman?" or some dumb shit like that.
Like when he at the end, the reason I said it, I was wondering if Doctor Strange or Wong was in it because at the end when they jump off that whatever they're
Oh,
jumping
that's
off,
right. They jump through
it's
a portal.
At first I thought it was a TVA door, but I'm like, no, TVA door is a rectangle, the shape is a door. This was a portal. It's a Doctor Strange portal.
I thought the same thing.
Yeah,
The circle that they ran through, it looked like the
Yeah.
sling ring portal.
Yeah. So yeah, definitely looking forward to this one. Of all things I'm waiting for in the movies, this is what I'm waiting for.
That's your most anticipated movie at the moment. Is that one?
Yes.
I would say next when it comes to release, yeah, that's definitely it. I mean, besides that, for me, it's probably Despicable Me 4 because I like those movies. I think they're good. I think the animation is great. They're funny. The minions are just funny. But yeah, this movie definitely is. It takes the cake for me at the moment. So
Who is the villain in this? The villainess? Did you?
The actress?
I don't know who she is.
Oh, no, I forgot the name of the character. Yeah, that's just it. They don't give anything away.
Professor X's twin
It's Mora.
sister.
That's her?
Mora. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's in. I didn't
The one
know
that
she
makes
was a
Wolverine
villain.
stab himself and then puts his claws into the ground. The bald headed
Yes.
chick.
Yes.
Okay. I didn't
But you know
that.
what's
All right.
you know when I first saw that, you know what I thought that was? I thought that was
It looked like a.
what's her name from
Kate
Doctor Strange?
Blanchett.
No,
Yes.
it's not
Blanchett.
Kate.
Not Kate
no,
Blanchett,
it
not
is not
Blanchett.
Kate
Not Blanchett.
Blanchett from Doctor Strange. It,
No, it is. That's right.
is-
I'm thinking of Kate Blanchett though. You're right. That's what I'm thinking of.
It's the
But that's
bald girl that's the supreme being or whatever. God, what's her fucking name?
Oh, so
No,
no,
that's what I'm
Kate
thinking of.
Blanchett was hella. Kate Blanchett
yeah,
was
Kate
hella.
Blanchett's
That's not who
hella.
I'm thinking of.
This is Tilda
Tilda Swanson.
No, not Swanson. What Swanson?
Swanson. I was way off.
Swinton.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Swanson is from
Ron Swanson.
Ron,
yeah,
Ron
Dumb and
Swanson.
Dumber.
Tilda
Yeah.
Swanson, who is Ron
Oh,
Swanson's
that's right.
Swanson.
sister.
Samsonite.
That's right. Samson.
way off.
I was way off.
That's right. He thinks that's the name. So good. Oh, but they'll never make another movie like that. The good old Farley's. Too bad. Well, there you go. Check that out. And next on our list, I don't know if Laura watched it. I doubt she watched it because she doesn't want to watch bad movies. Rebel Moon 2, The Scargiver, dropped on Netflix last week. This is
Is it
the
really called the
sequel.
Scargiver?
It is The Scargiver.
That's really
the
fucking stupid.
The sequel to, well, I guess it's part 2, so you'll never guess what part 1's called. Zack Snyder's back with slow motion, more of it, and this time he brought a lot more action to the screen, like a lot more action, which is a good thing. But is the movie any good? That's what it comes down to. Is the movie any good? Carlos, is the movie any good?
No. Next.
Well, okay.
This
is
I don't know
yeah.
how you go from bad to worse. This movie is so stupid. So dumb. At first I was watching what's that dating website? Farmers Only or something like that?
Yeah, Farmers
It seemed
Only.
like it was an advertisement for Farmers Only with like harvest porn. Like he spends at least a half hour harvesting wheat.
Gotta harvest the wheat.
Like I give a shit about harvesting wheat.
First of all, you not what's the best part of it?
When they're throwing it in slow motion.
Harvesting
air.
that shit in slow motion.
Yes. And then they start beating on it with the sticks, and then they make the flour, and then they fill the bags. I'm like, really? Do I need to see this shit? You couldn't have done it in like a montage or just in a quick little 2-minute thing.
Did you end up
But if you
watching
did that, then the movie would have been
Yeah.
like 2 hours long instead of 3.5 hours long.
No,
Take
did you
the slow
watch
motion out of it? And oh my god!
Did you watch the making of the movie like I told you?
Even that I did. Even that was
They grew
stupid.
they actually
we
grew the wheat.
Real
They
wheat.
grew real wheat.
Who gives a shit?
They grew
I
an
grew
actual
real
wheat
wheat.
farm.
Why didn't you just go to somebody's wheat farm and help them out? Hey, man, cut your shit down. Mind if I film it while we do it? Yeah, man, have at it. Just bag it, turn it into flour, and put it on the side of the house.
They were
Got
so
it,
proud of
man.
the wheat. So proud.
They
And
were
then
so proud that they grew their own wheat. Who cares, man?
Zack Snyder's wife, who's basically co-producer of all his movies, is like, the real character of the movie is the wheat. And I was like, oh my God.
I
That is
hope
the
they made
plot.
beer out
Honestly,
of it.
that's
So at least at the
that
end,
is-
everyone got drunk.
I mean, the wheat is the plot of the movie. Like one of the main plot points of the movie.
Well, yeah, because they
But-
want the harvest. But then it turns out they don't care about the harvest.
They
but
don't
then
want the
other-
harvest.
Well, Admiral Noble's like, screw the harvest. And the other guy's like, yeah, but we're all gonna starve. I'm like, let's go to 7-Eleven and pick up some hot pockets. We're fine. But
Hot pockets.
it's man, this movie, the slow motion shit that he does is useless. It's so dumb. And the main protagonist, somehow she's able to give herself a nice little fade with just a pair of scissors.
have
She
a
goes back
fade,
to her
yeah.
little
She has a fade.
butch cut.
Yep.
Got a high fade. She's pretty good at that. And I just don't give a shit about it. None of those damn characters. And then Titus, he gives his speech. How long does it take to do the harvest? Oh, half a Maya moon or whatever they said. So basically 6 months. He goes, oh, we got 3 days. We have 3 days. We'll help you. We'll have to. So I guess a whole village plus 6 people can cut 5 months and 24 days or 26 days out of your harvest. So you need 6 extra people. That's it.
True. Yeah. I mean, I did the
And
math.
then
Came out right.
fucking Johnny Come Lately is what they should have named this fucking robot. Thanks for showing up at the end, buddy.
The
We don't need you
superhero.
now.
Yeah,
What a
yeah, yeah,
waste, man. What a
Yeah, yeah,
stupid waste.
Yeah. You know,
Ah.
here's the thing too. They tried to basically give us all the backstories in 10 minutes when they're sitting at the
Yeah,
table.
they spend
telling
more
their
time on
stories.
wheat than they did the backstory.
Yeah, yeah. And they try to make you now care about the characters, and you don't. You're like, I don't
I
give a
don't.
fuck.
No.
Because all
Yeah,
your
shit.
backstories are so generic. They're so bullshit generic.
And the
We've seen
music,
it a
and
million
it's so
times.
predictable. This movie's so predictable.
Super predictable, yeah.
And he
and-
missed,
yeah.
man, he missed the boat on so many opportunities. This was supposed to be his Star Wars type story. Why not give these people, I don't know, different clothing, not human clothing? Even Admiral Noble wears like the skinny 90s tie with his stupid outfit. And not only that, when you told me to watch the making of, like,
Yeah.
I'll check it out. It's only 30 minutes, whatever. The making of reminded me that Zack Snyder doesn't give a shit about his stories. There was not one alien on the bad guy's side, on the
Oh,
good
it's so
guy's
dumb.
side. They were all in that bar. Every
That's it.
single alien was in that bar.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
movie
And
would
so
have been
proud
so
of it.
much better
Yeah.
if there was aliens on their team, aliens in the village, aliens on the bad side. But no, the bad side are actually all white people.
I noticed that. Yeah.
And Titus and the Indian Matthew McConaughey were the only minorities on that side.
And they were both like slaves.
Yeah, yeah. Well, they have to harvest. Yeah, they have to work for their shit.
Well, no. I mean, remember the Indian guy was basically
Yeah. It was
a
slave to the dude who had the hawk,
yeah.
bird, lion thing,
And
and then Titus
and-
was a slave, gladiator type slave to the
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, man. And then all
Yeah.
the slow motion shit was so dumb. Like that. I don't know if she's supposed to be like the lesbian girl or Blood Axe's girlfriend.
Oh,
or whatever.
yes.
That stupid slow motion shit where she.
Was she? Yeah, talking about the part where she falls.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
not
yeah,
only
yeah,
that,
yeah.
and then that dude who, I don't know who he is. But he's the guy who
dude.
blew up the first tank thing, and then he sees Noble going
Yes.
up the ramp. He goes,
Yes.
"Why has everybody got to scream before? Man, just make it a sneak attack. Nobody needs to know you're there. No need to scream."
The whole movie's bad. And it's
And then
bad
he runs
because
after Noble,
Yeah.
and instead of shooting his ship down, he decides to chase after him, and gets killed. And it's all in slow motion. They have the dramatic songs and the music, and I'm like, I don't know who you are. You just died, and I don't give a shit. And it's like even the soundtrack was crap. He tried to make like these majestic, vocalized songs and supposed to make you care. I'm like, no, man, I didn't. And I'm a Zack Snyder fan. I liked 300. I
Yeah.
like Sucker Punch. I like Man of Steel. But man, this last and the Vegas one with Batista, I forget what it's called.
Army of the Dead.
Army of the Dead. I even like that. But man, this Rebel Moon crap. Clearly, somebody's jerking them off at Netflix. Oh yeah, you're good. You're really good. Can we get more stuff out of you? Yeah, man, just keep whacking it. I'll spit out whatever you want. And now we're looking for a rated R, a rated. I mean, what exactly could they possibly do to make this any worse than it already is?
I don't understand why he would put the major plot point. Here's the thing. The problem is it's not a sequel. That's the problem with the movie. It's not, it's just he cut the movie in half.
Yeah, it's a part two. It's right. It's not a sequel. Just
It's
a
not a really
continuation.
it's not even a part two exactly. It's just he cut the movie in half. And then the name the Scargiver
It's so stupid.
It's so dumb.
So dumb. When Noble
yeah.
and they missed their opportunity there too. When Noble was getting rebuilt or whatever the hell it was. There's your Darth Vader moment, man. You could have made this guy a grotesque thing, a monster, like a superhuman, whatever. But no, he's just a regular dude with a scar on his chest because that's the name of the girl, the Scargiver. He gave me a scar.
Well, you know, the other thing about it, the problem was the main plot point, the biggest plot point there is, he saved it for this one. Again, because it's not really a sequel. It's the part like when the royal family gets assassinated. And
even that played out so stupidly. It was poorly acted. It was so dumb.
No, it is poorly acted, but that should have been in the first movie. Again, this is the first movie. Again, that's the hard part, is that you're watching one movie.
Yeah.
And
it's a 6-hour movie, basically.
Essentially, yeah. And the action is better in the second one for sure, because it was horrible in the first one. It's not great in this one, but it's better. And the effects are good, but the story is generic. It's boring. It's the lead actress is not interesting whatsoever. Like, even her backstory, you still don't give a shit. Like, who cares? And then
when
also,
she was telling homeboy her story while they were sleeping together.
Yeah.
You know, he's like, I don't give a shit. I just got laid. Finish your story. Let's do it again. That's all he cared about.
Well, and he dies, so who gives a shit too? Now, when he died, I didn't give a shit either. I was like, oh, he's dead. Who gives a fuck? Like, just didn't care for anybody dying. They have it set for a third one, and he's gonna make 6 supposedly total. That's his plan, to make 6 of these movies, and they're just not good. They're really bad, and it's like you said, because the problem is, unlike Star Wars, we get so many variations of characters and people, and so forth. Especially in the second part, you got actually zero variation. Zero.
Right.
There are no aliens. There's nothing. In the first one, we got some cool looking characters, but they didn't matter. They were just throwaways, so no one cares. Just straight, complete throwaway trash. It's yeah.
Well, I thought one of the coolest characters in part 2, because I didn't see it in part 1. But then it was also a character that I'm like, really? This is how you learned your skill? Was the Asian girl.
Oh,
well, she cut her arms off, and you got
forth.
to see more of her mechanical hands and her arms.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. I was like, yeah, that's cool. But then when she tells her backstory and how she got her skills, basically she cut her arms off so she could put these ancient family relics on her arms, which gave her the skills to wield the swords. So she didn't really know how to do that. It was these arms that were doing it for her. So that was dumb.
Yeah. She's actually the character they want to give a movie to, her own movie. But why would you? I just saw
the
it.
Spider Girl was better than this.
Oh, way better. 100 times better. Yeah. Way better. And again, they just screwed up. They introduced too many characters you didn't care about. Way too many. It's like a compacted story that is really crappy. And the first one kind of tricked you. It made you think the princess was on the farm.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
And now, like what? And then
but how does Titus know the princess is alive?
I don't know.
Titus is like, oh no, she's still out there. She's
I know. Yeah.
I mean, I know everything. I know that we can harvest this shit in less than 6 months. We can do it in
not
3
just
days.
That. When the princess was shot point blank range, she started to glow like a light, like a star.
Some sort of weird, or almost as if like the shot didn't go through her. It was just kind of like
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
settling on her or something. But
I
still, that
don't
whole
know.
scene was just garbage.
Just
They basically they
uh,
Caesared him. They Caesared the
did.
king.
They did. And they set her up. They set up the
Et tu,
Scargiver.
Brute? Yes. And they all stabbed him. It was so
Yeah,
dumb.
they all
It
stabbed him.
was
And then
so
she shot the
stupid.
prince. And then when she shot the princess, they all yell, "She assassinated the royal family."
That
She's like,
was
"Whoa, whoa,
dumb
whoa,
too.
whoa,
Really,
whoa,
they were
whoa,
all in on this
whoa."
shit. Oh, you murdered. So not one of these motherfuckers has a conscience. They all stabbed the king and queen. They watched a girl get murdered, and then they all just go, "You did it! You did it! Let's go home now. I'm done with this shit."
It was
Hey, what do you want for
just,
dinner? Hey, man, you want to meet up at the bar, get some drinks? Yeah, man, we didn't kill nobody. It's all good.
I think he basically makes movies to just go, "I got a cool idea for this shot. How can
Oh
we
yeah,
build around that?"
absolutely. He has
And
a
then somebody
notebook.
goes, "Yeah, yeah." And somebody's
Hey,
like, "Hey, I'll write something to that." Okay, make it Star Wars, but not Star Wars at all. Okay, you got it. Like, yeah, it's just
that reminds
no.
me of yeah. You know what? He does exactly what I did several years ago on Instagram. I got a bunch of artists. You were involved with this. And we made a comic book.
Oh yeah.
And the idea was you get the comic book. These guys were all over the country. You would get the comic book, you get 2 pages, do what you want. Try to make it continue the story. Do what you want. So the book made its rounds. It took about 6 months for this thing to come back round. But we did it. We finished the book. And I think that's exactly what Zack Snyder did. He just has a notebook full of ideas. Hey man, I think I can build something off of this. You can build
Well,
a
yeah,
whole movie off of it.
but if you that's behind the scenes thing, he claims, "Oh, I've had this idea for 30 years." I'm like, "Really? You couldn't you
Could have
had
kept
all
it.
that time to fix it? No, to edit it, like make it good? 30, and this is what you did?
30 years, you
Uh,
couldn't throw some aliens on the side? On the
just
team?
anything. You
Nothing?
could have done anything. And this is what we got after 30 years of like, this is my dream project. Well, some dreams, are meant to be shattered.
And then I hear some bullshit. He wants to do like a director's cut of like Sucker Punch. Man, that
He
movie's done.
does. He
Leave it
does.
alone, man.
He said
Leave it.
he's like, I have all the extra scenes we can. I'm like, no one wants to see this.
Nobody wants to see
Is that the
Nobody.
one about all the little Asian girls?
No,
All the
it's
girls,
about,
not all
but you're
Asian.
right. It's
One
about the
Asian
orphan
girl.
girls. You're about,
Oh,
it's
Yeah,
about the
that movie
yeah.
was fucking stupid.
No,
It
that
was
was a good
stupid
movie.
as shit.
That was a
Not
good
a good
movie.
movie. Again,
That was a
though,
good movie.
great set action pieces. That's what he does.
Yes, that's what I liked about it.
He does, and Rebel Moon 2 has good set action pieces, but that's all he has. He has
Not
nothing
many.
else. Not many, but he doesn't have anything else. I'm telling you, it's all he's good for. That's it. He's yeah.
He's
And the
not good
sad
at the
part is
dramatic. That's what it is.
at all. No, he can't build a story.
No, like that
And
part in the movie where they didn't want to attack these guys anymore. They're just, just give them their shit. And the guy was like, no, he takes the gun and he shoots the bell. And the guy's looking at him like, oh, why'd you do that? And all of a sudden the war starts. I'm like, oh, that was dumb.
well, that was, you know what that was though? That was selfishness because he was getting laid. That's what that was.
That's yeah, pretty much.
That's all it was.
Oh,
'Cause
that's
she was
right.
ready
'Cause she was like, I'll go with you.
yeah, she's gonna turn
No.
herself in.
No.
Yeah,
keep
because he's
that
like,
pussy here.
yeah, he's like, oh no, if she leaves, I have to go back to fucking the goats in the wheat fields. Like,
That's
and
you
here's the
notice
sad
that one
part.
spot the wheat field was growing better than the rest.
Yeah, it's all flat. Not just that. If she would have went and turned herself in, guess what? Would have been a better movie.
Oh yeah.
Because you could have built a story off of that, and you could have made a third movie off of that about how
Yeah.
now is this ragtag group of guys, which you just now you're just
It'd
creating.
have been your Han Solo moment between the Empire and Return of the Jedi. Now you gotta go
not
get
just
the hero.
Well, yeah, well that, and also what's the other movie they made? The good Star Wars movie that's just the in between Strikes Back and
Rebel One.
Rebel One. No, Rogue One.
Rogue One. Not Rebel One.
Would have been Rogue One. Let's all
Yeah.
get this ragtag together, and then from there you go and grab other aliens and to join the group and whatever it is. Get a midget because we need midgets, and
That's a
then-
good idea because usually people don't shoot low when they shoot. It'd been right over his head.
right.
Yeah.
So I just he just missed an opportunity. You could have done something really cool, like that other character. He's like I don't know. He's like in heaven. He's like the other emperor type of dude. Where remember he died and he ended up going up to that like other level, whatever it was. Looked like
oh,
heaven.
the
but he
boss.
was-
That's
Yeah,
the
there's
boss that killed. That's the
that killed the
that's the
king.
Brutus character.
Yeah, he killed the
from
king.
the
Yeah,
Caesar killing.
and somehow you could have had him play a bigger part when she gets captured or whatever, and you
Yeah,
find out
yeah.
he's not actually dead, whatever it is. But no, we just got generic over generic, more
And you should have
generic.
used a robot more, not just in
Well,
that
the
one scene. I'm guessing
Ugh.
Anthony Hopkins wanted too much for Lions. Like, we'll just use him for a little bit.
well, the
'Cause, you know.
robot was stupid. He showed up and killed everybody. He did a
Yeah.
superhero pose. He flew out of the
He
tank.
did.
like a
Yeah,
ba-
he
like
did the
s-
superhero pose.
did the superhero pose, and then and remember, his main objective is to protect the princess.
The princess. That's why you thought and I thought she was in the village.
Yeah, she's in the village. She's
Yeah.
the blonde girl.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that has to be her. She has amnesia or something. Or when she got shot, she got transported to somewhere else where she has amnesia. I don't know.
Right.
I
But then it can't be her physically because then
Well, it could
Scargiver
be.
would have recognized her.
Yes and no. Maybe she has powers like, what's her name from Weird Science, where she can make you forget.
Oh,
You
well,
know, Gary, like that whole thing.
Who's Gary?
Yeah.
Gary, your
Yeah.
son, Gary.
Exactly. So there's so much he could have done and had way more like fun with it, but he made a straightforward, generic fucking movie, and that's why I it's not even part 1, part 2. It's just Rebel Moon and as a whole. I give it 2 out of 5. That's it. It's
That's
2 out of 5.
generous, man. That's generous.
Well, because there are there's cool things like the bar scene and and the spider lady's cool, and so on and so forth. They're cool parts, but they don't matter though. That's the problem. All those things don't matter. That's the problem with the movie. They have no point in the movie.
None.
So,
No.
and then he's going to give us the whatever 8-hour version is trash. And he says, it's just hard sex and a lot of violence. I'm like, for what? We know the story. This is not like Justice League Snyder cut where you give
It's
us
a
more
different
substance.
story. Yeah.
It's a whole different villain with a different vibe, even though it's the same plot. It just felt like a different movie.
Yeah, yeah.
It just sex. I mean, and the Zack Snyder crazies out there because they're crazy. Just whatever. Fucking get AIDS. That's all. Just get it. I don't know. Get
Wow.
it.
That seems
Right.
a little extreme.
It's a little harsh.
Okay, get HIV.
Wait.
and then
You
see
mean
if you
AIDS like
last.
people to help them?
Oh yeah, help them to get
Oh,
AIDS.
okay. That's
Yeah,
okay.
You
That's
get
not what I
AIDS
was...
to get AIDS. I don't know. Just get something and go away. That's all. That's it. So, yeah. I don't know. I'll watch the third one.
Of course.
I mean, it's on Netflix, and bad movies
I've
are
got
good
Netflix.
movies.
Yeah.
It's what it is too. And that's basically what Seinfeld was talking about. More people will watch Rebel Moon 2 than anybody will watch, Deadpool Wolverine because it's on Netflix. It's gonna bring the traffic to the point where I'll fucking watch it. Here it is. Okay. And you
Well,
go, this
for
fucking
one,
sucks.
You're an idiot. Nobody's gonna watch Rebel Moon 2 more than Deadpool Wolverine.
Well, they will because
Because
they
you
already
put
have
the number.
Netflix, is
No,
what I'm saying.
Slow down,
You
cowboy.
have I
Slow
want to
down.
hear this.
If you take the numbers from the people that will go see it in the theaters and take the numbers of the people that will see it when it hits the streaming, it will crush Rebel Moon.
Well,
Rebel Moon won't
yes.
even be a blip on the radar if you put these numbers there.
Well, true, but I'm saying more or less compared to the theater experience to the home experience. That's all.
Wow.
Because
Don't use a
let's
movie like Deadpool Wolverine, son.
well, because Jerry's movie Unfrosted, if it went to theaters, it would not do good.
they make no money.
No, I wouldn't say it wouldn't make any money. I think it'd be mildly successful, and it'd probably break even or make a little bit more. But that's not successful in Hollywood. Then that's why he says
No,
things
not
like,
anymore. You need the $1 billion movies.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
And people, that's the only way people go to the movie theaters anymore, which is why Carlos and I won't be going until Deadpool 3 comes out. You have to have the giant spectacles. That's something that you're very invested in to go see.
Right.
I mean,
and then after that, the
yeah.
only thing I'm anticipating would be Superman.
Wait, all the way till Superman? You're not gonna go see like The Crow or any Marvel movie maybe in between?
No.
There's no Marvel movies coming out this year except for Deadpool, Wolverine, and Superman comes out in 2025.
Isn't there Venom 3?
It's not a Marvel movie, and it's a shit Sony movie.
Yeah. Also, who cares? Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
wow, you guys are harsh. I mean, I won't see it.
We
but-
got kids. We don't have time. We don't have time for this shit.
Oh no, I got time. I got time.
I don't.
I would.
Just lock him in
Yeah,
the bathroom.
I would definitely. That movie's a must watch. You're right though. When I look at the movie list, I'm not like, oh my god, I gotta go see these movies. A Deadpool, Wolverine might get 2 viewings out of me.
Yeah,
Depending
and
how
like
good it is
The Crow, I
first
want to
time
see
around.
The Crow, but I'm not gonna go running out to see it if I don't get it while it's in the theater. I'll watch it.
Oh no, I'm gonna definitely. A matter of fact, I'm gonna go see Boy Kills World for sure. It looks like a lot of fun. It's like, and I think he's gonna do great in The Crow, and I'm gonna watch that one too. So I don't know.
Maybe
I
you
like-
just have a crush on Skarsgård.
I think so.
do. As Scars hard.
Scars hard.
Scars hard.
Hard for Scars hard.
Hard for Scars hard. Scargiver. Rebel Moon 7. Like some bullshit like that. I don't know. I'm gonna watch it. I mean, I still go to the theaters, so I'm gonna watch it. But, well, there you go. So check that out, and I mean, don't check out Rebel Moon 2 for God's sake. Stay away from that. Stay away from that. Yeah. I sent you guys. Do you guys have Paramount Plus? I don't know if you guys do.
Yes. Yeah.
You do have Paramount Plus.
Yes.
Okay.
No.
Okay. You must watch the true crime called Control Alt Desire. It is a wild story. And our guest that was on the show, Mike Bryant, is on it. So
Oh, well, then now I want to watch it.
I will check it out.
Alt Desire. I'm telling you, it is one of the craziest stories, murder stories, true crime. Just
Is it predictable?
No, it's not.
Okay. 'Cause I saw the Netflix crime doc.
What Jennifer did.
What Jennifer did.
Very predictable.
So predictable. Very predictable.
Very
and it was one of those
yeah.
where I started watching. I'm like, here we go again. I should have been a detective. I knew this shit from the beginning.
Well,
then
the
again,
detectives did
obviously, I
too,
get
though.
more- Huh?
So did the detectives. They gotta slowly put it together like that. This bitch lying. Like,
I know, but it took them a while. I don't know why they were like, yeah, man, I know who did this. Who did it?
I skipped
But
that
anyway,
one.
yeah, so I saw what Jennifer did. And then I also saw the Glee thing
The
on Max,
Glee.
HBO Max.
the Glee. No, I don't know what
As
that is.
in
The Glee TV show?
the TV show?
No, they did
Yeah.
a documentary about, man, I forgot the title of it, but it's about like the curse of Glee. 3 actors died.
Oh,
and
yes, the 3 actors that died. Yes,
3 to
yes,
4 crew members died, 1 by suicide, 1 by heart attack.
Yeah,
What
yeah,
the
yeah,
fuck?
yeah. The 3 actors are the 2 male leads and the hot Mexican girl.
That
Maya-
doesn't surprise me because
Maya.
they're all young
Maya
and
Rivera?
getting into Hollywood young. Woof.
Well, Maya
Well,
died.
one
She
of them-
drowned.
Overdosed on
drowned.
drugs.
Yeah.
Yes.
The other one was
yes.
convicted of child pornography, so
So he
instead of
killed
going
himself.
to jail, he hung himself.
Again, fucked yourself over. You're mentally
Yeah.
fucked.
Yep.
And then the other one drowned while
Trying to save her
boating with
daughter.
her son.
Or
Oh, well, that's
son or
just
whatever. Yeah.
unfortunate.
Yeah.
Was she inebriated at the time?
No, there was no alcohol or drugs in
No.
her system.
Well,
They think
that's
what
just
happened
fucking sad.
Is
I mean, not that it wouldn't be sad either way because it is, but
well, I think what happened is that she was on the phone with her dad, trying to figure out how to anchor this pontoon boat, a party boat. You know those pontoon boats.
yeah.
And she didn't know how to anchor it. And then her dad said, "Don't jump off the boat. You can't anchor it. Don't jump off it." Then the FaceTime call ended, and then at midnight he got a call. He was in Knoxville at the time. Your daughter's missing. So what they think had happened is that she didn't anchor it because they found it floating at the end of the lake with the son asleep on it.
Oh, I was gonna say, thank God the kid's okay.
Yeah. She jumped in. They're saying they both jumped in and she was able to save him by putting him back up. But what had happened is after they jumped in the water, there's 20-mile-per-hour winds that day. So the boat basically just floated away from them. And it was too far for her to swim back to, but she was able to get back to it, put her son on it, but didn't have enough energy or strength to pull herself up, and she drowned. Which
Yep.
to me seems
So
kind
she
of
wasn't
weird.
close to shore when she was trying
No.
to anchor it?
No, she wasn't close to shore.
Huh.
But to me, that's
I-
even
yeah.
that theory sounds a little odd because if it was me and I was super tired, I'm hanging on to that boat. There's got to be
Yeah,
a
you just hold
rail, a
on to it
rope,
and you just.
or the engine or something. I'm holding
Well,
on
I
to it.
mean, yeah, you can just like back float. I mean, the water was probably really cold. I mean, water gets cold even in the middle of summer. I don't know. I'm not a detective like
No,
you,
Carlos
Carlos.
is. Yeah,
I don't
Carlos
Yeah, no,
know.
I
exactly.
figured it out. I figured it out. Don't you worry
Yeah,
about it.
he figured it out. They showed him
Yeah.
everything, but he figured it out.
Yeah, no, I figured it out. It's in my new book, Hollywood Murders. I figured it out in 5 minutes. That's my title.
The Netflix story.
What Carlos knew.
Yeah, there
That's
you go.
right.
You know
Yeah.
what the true doc or true crime what Jennifer did. I think the problem is the first episode gives away too much.
It's no episodes. It's one movie. It's
Oh,
an
it
hour
is
and a
one.
half.
That's right. It's an hour and a half. The first 30 minutes, you've already figured it out. Like, oh yeah, okay.
Well, it's as soon as they start talking to Danny Wong, the
The
ex-boyfriend,
boyfriend. Yeah,
and he's
exactly.
like, I keep getting these messages, harassing messages. Well, you're not getting shit, dude. It's your ex. She's harassing you,
Exactly.
making it sound like you're both getting harassed. She wants you back. The
Uh-huh.
parents don't want
Yep.
you to date him. They're controlling. And so, in order for you to date him, like the Romeo and Juliet thing, well, instead of killing themselves, she tries to kill her parents so they can be together.
Well, before we wrap up, you want to hear the controversy about that documentary? Is that the
Always.
photos? So she was kind of a miserable
What
person. Like
photos, the party photos.
the party photos of her having fun and smiling, and that they're all AI doctored because they say that she wasn't like that at all. She was an introvert. She was very quiet. She never did anything like that. And those are
Wow,
they had to make her seem like when she was away from her
She was a party
parents, she was a
girl.
party girl.
That's
Right, 'cause
super fucked up.
because she was
Yep.
saying that she was going to college for 4 years, but she never went to college. So I guess they
Yeah,
got
she
to
never
make it
went,
look like
yeah.
she was partying the whole time.
She was doing something in between. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
fucked up.
Yep.
Oh, you know what
yep.
else makes me a detective? I'll tell you what.
Yep. Yep.
The scene where they showed the house. I'm like, oh, this is the house that Jennifer's blah 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 blah. I'm like, oh, this happened in Canada. That's a Canadian house. And
You're
damn right
right.
it was. It was right outside Toronto. I was like, oh man,
Yeah,
where's
but they
my check?
mentioned that.
Where's my check?
Yeah.
No, they didn't. They didn't
They-
mention anything at all. At
They
where it
mentioned
took
it's in
place.
Canada.
Not at the beginning, not before they showed the house. I'm like, oh,
Oh, so
Canadian
you're
house.
like a house detective too.
Yes, I saw the house. I'm like, that's a Canadian
Wow.
house. Yeah.
That's a Canadian house. Good call.
Yeah.
Good call. All right. Well, there you go. Anyway, so
Yeah.
definitely check out Control Alt Desire on Paramount Plus if you haven't. It's good. And what Jennifer did, it's not that it's bad. It's just you figure it out right away. And
Yeah.
I guess
pretty-
up-
I
Well,
honestly, I think what's much more interesting is this AI photo thing.
oh yeah,
I think
yeah,
that's
yeah.
really fucked up.
And what the good thing about what Jennifer did is that it is only an hour and 30 minutes. At first I was like, this better not be a series.
Yeah,
And I
it's not
remember
episodic.
it's
Yeah.
just one. Yeah. So
Yeah.
anyway, so there you go. That's what we got for you. I got nothing else.
I got something else.
Oh, you do. Okay, go ahead, mate. Go ahead,
Oh
jump
yeah,
in.
this is the Carlos show today.
Oh wow. What's
That
the first?
So anyway, just wanted you heard of Jonte Porter, yeah?
Yeah, basketball
No.
player, Toronto Raptors.
Toronto Raptors.
There you
Banned for life from the NBA, 24 years old.
Yes.
He bet against himself or against the team to lose? Is that what happened?
No, he bet on the over under on his stats.
Okay, on his
So-
stats.
So
So
yes.
the income from this bet was only $21,000. So he basically threw away his career of possibly millions. I don't know how good of a player he was. I don't think he was that good.
It wasn't great,
Um,
but he was gonna make millions for sure.
He would make
Yes.
millions. So basically threw this all away for $21,000.
Yes. Yep.
Well.
Yep.
John Tay, if you're listening, I got a solution for you, buddy. It's time to transition, my friend. WNBA is calling.
Oh,
Let's do
well.
this. Let's do
Oh,
this.
Wait, that's your take? Carlos' show
Yeah.
is wow.
Yes.
Carlos' show is
Yeah.
turned into pro trans. All right.
Yeah, let's do this. Hey, if it's
Wow.
working for swimmers and wrestlers and
But I
Olympic
think-
athletes,
I think
Let's
they
go.
got booted though. They got
WNBA.
It's crazy because he basically, let's say a bet is saying Carlos will score 5 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. You want to bet over or under and how much you want to bet. So he would basically score, like at one game, he had 3 points and he made a
And
3-pointer.
stopped shooting.
He started. No, he got pissed that he made a 3-pointer, and that's when the NBA is like, "What's up with that?" And then another game, right at the beginning, he faked the eye injury, like right away when he goes subbed in. That way he would get the under. Like it's just all these things he would do. They're like, and then like he would miss really bad on purpose. And they're like, "There's something going on here," and that's how he got caught because it was too obvious with his way he was acting.
Well, I'm
when he
sure
was
his
doing
coaches were
shit.
doing that too. I'm like, hey man, what's going on with this dude? I mean, I couldn't be just somebody had been like, man.
And his brother is a star player on the Denver Nuggets, so it's like
Uh,
this is like, come on, dude, like you're blowing this for, like you said, $21,000.
And I'm sure he was making
Oh,
more
what
of
a
that, more than
dummy.
that as a rookie. Clearly,
Oh, no, just
per
what a
game, he was
dummy.
making more
Oh
than that.
no, oh my God, he was probably making like $3 million.
A year.
Yeah, a year. Yeah,
Easy.
season.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh well. Another
Oh,
line.
you know who could use him?
Another profession. Another
Fever.
profession.
Fever could use
The
him.
Indiana Fever or
He could back up. He
the
could work with Caitlin Clark.
Shanghai Sharks. He'll probably be there playing in
Mm.
China.
Oh,
Some
with
shit.
with what's his name?
Jimmer Fredette.
No. Who's
Dwight Howard.
Dwight Howard?
Yep.
Yeah.
Good old Dwight Howard. So there you go.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's our show, everyone. We hope you enjoyed it. We covered quite a bit. We went from cartel drugs to church to Deadpool, Wolverine. I mean, we gave you some Rebel Moon. I mean, what more do you want from us? We gave you sports. I
Let me
mean,
give you a star player for the WNBA.
and another in a star. I don't know if he'd be that good there either.
I
You
don't
know
know,
what?
man. He
He'd
can
probably,
dunk. He can dunk.
he'd probably go there and then bet on himself again.
Get banned from WNBA.
Fuck it. I'm gonna bet tonight. I'm gonna score 100 points. So anyway, that's our show, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to Nerds Talking, the podcast. If you're on YouTube, again, drop a comment. Somebody did drop comments on something, and it's like 50 comments, and they were all in Arabic.
In Russian. Russian.
Well, it was Russian?
It was Russian.
They're bots.
That was-
Yeah.
Well, that's just it. When you translate it to English, some of it made sense to what he was talking
And
about.
Some did not. Yeah.
Some did not whatsoever. So I was like, what is happening? So anywho, bring the bots. Especially if they're Zack
Thank you,
Snyder
Mother
bots.
Russia. Appreciate it.
That's right. And shout out to our one email we got from Mothership 78. So appreciate
He's gonna keep making up names as we go. All right.
that. Something cool like that. All right. Well, there you go. For Laura.
Goodbye.
For Carlos.
Bye-bye.
And I'm Lafayette on Nerds Talking, the podcast.